Hello children. Now we will start our value education class. Children, you all know that in your value education class you all get chance to listen to interesting stories. And you also get chance to learn some moral values. Moral values are very important in our life. Moral values give meaning and purpose to our life. When you live your life according to moral values, you can form positive bonds with other people. Positive moral values allow you to have an overall feeling of peace and joy. It helps you to become a good human being in your life. So children, today I'll tell you a story of a tortoise and two geese. So let's see what moral values we will learn from this story. So are you ready children? Okay, let's start. Now listen to the story carefully. Once there was a tortoise and two geese. They lived in a pond. All three of them were great friends and lived happily for many years. Then a drought struck the land. All the rivers and lakes started drying up. People and animals were dying. The geese decided to leave the country and fly away to some other place. Their friends had told them of a place which had plenty of food and water. When they met the tortoise to bid farewell to him, the tortoise begged them not to leave him alone. The geese said, "Dear friend, even we do not want to leave you behind in this hour of need. But unlike you, we cannot sustain without food and water for too long. Our friend tell us of another place which has plenty of food and water. If you could fly, you could come with us too." But the tortoise could not fly. He kept begging the geese to take him along. Finally, the geese relented. They told the tortoise, "You have very strong jaws. We have thought of a plan, but it is very risky. you will have to do exactly what we tell you. If you fail to follow our instructions, you will die. The tortoise agreed. They got a stick. The geese held the ends of the stick with their beaks. The tortoise would hold the middle of the stick. The only condition was that the tortoise should not speak, or it would fall from the stick to instant death. The tortoise thought that the plan was very dangerous, but he did not want to be left behind. He promised to remain silent during the flight. The geese flew up, carrying the tortoise with them. They flew over hills and fields and a village. As they flew over the village, people clapped their hands and shouted, "Look, how wonderful the geese are, carrying the tortoise. Maybe they have captured the poor animal." The tortoise did not like the pointing and staring, and unable to control himself, he burst out, "What are these fools?" As he opened his mouth to speak those words, he lost hold of the stick and fell from the great height to the ground and died. So, what is the moral of the story, children? The moral of the story is, think before you speak. Listen to instructions and follow them. So, what is the moral of the story, children? Think before you speak. Listen to instructions and follow them. So, children, you should always think before you speak anything. In your class, your teacher gives you several instructions of how to do your work. And if you will not follow the instructions, what will happen? Your work will not be perfect. So, before starting any work, you should always follow the instructions. And you should never speak without thinking. That is a bad habit. Just to get everybody's attention, if you will say wrong answers to your teacher, what will happen? Everybody will laugh at you, and your teacher will also not be happy. So you should think at first before saying any answer. Your speech shapes your life. If you say bad words to anybody without thinking anything, that can hurt people. So always be careful of what you are saying. Your relation with your friends will suffer if you say bad words to them. So don't say any bad words to anybody. Your words are a reflection of who you are. If you say meaningless words to others, that means you are presenting yourself as being thoughtless. Not only your words create a positive or negative reaction in the world around you, your speech can influence others also. If you will share good thoughts with your friends, they will also be inspired to say good words. So always think before you speak. To break the habit of speaking without thinking, you first have to accept the fact that it is up to you to control your tongue. You are responsible for what comes out of your mouth. And don't talk too much. You can see in the story, the tortoise was so much talkative. That's why he was not able to follow the instructions which his friends gave to him. So, excessive, useless talking is a sign of foolishness. You should think before you say anything. And avoid talking about bad subjects. So, you have to follow all these moral values in your life. If you will follow all these moral values in your life, it will make you a wise and intelligent human being. So children, don't talk too much. Don't say any harsh words to anybody. Don't give wrong answers without thinking. And always try to be a good child. So be sincere and always try to think before you speak, because silence is the fence around wisdom. So if you want to be wise, you have to think. You have to use your intellect. And try to create positive reaction by the words you are saying. Thinking before you speak is really a good habit to develop to avoid causing trouble in your life. So always follow this moral value in your life. So this much for today. Stay happy and stay safe. Bye bye, children.